What's going on, guys? This is Scott. Welcome to the drip and home of the 150% guarantee, where 100% of the time I'm going to be over 50% right. Every knife has a story, and what we try to do is, whether it's the beginning stages, brand new, or a knife's been around and passed around and seen the tops of the earth and the bottoms and the depths of the abyss, we try to get down and learn a little bit, educate ourselves. Welcome if it's your first time joining, checking out. Hey, we want to lock you in. Hit that subscribe. If you like knife content, if you like a little shenanigans, mayhem, all that other crazy fun stuff, never know, it's always unpredictable, but yet it's always going to be informative and fun. So come on board, plenty of room, punch your ticket, let's do this. Today, we're going to talk about the Zilla. By the way, if you are on Instagram, I am too. You can find me at KC Blade Drip. Thank you so much. That's right, the Zilla. Now, when I first had seen this knife, some time ago, probably several months ago from now, which right now it's July 10th of 2022, I was fascinated with this particular knife because of a couple of different things. One, I really liked the blade itself, the shape, the size. I liked the color of the handle, and all around, just kind of the aesthetics and the way the knife looked. And then I was also attracted to the name Zilla, which at the time I was like, man, this is off the hook. This is like Godzilla. We're gonna go stomp some stuff. Let's pull this bad boy out. Let's go to town with it. I ended up ordering this particular knife, it was a few months ago. Just recently broke it out. I wanted to get some pocket time on this thing, and I'll tell you what, I was blown away. This is something, as we go through this little show and tell / review exploration, I'll tell you why I really recommend this. It's more of a budget, affordable blade, but it's got some very premium products. It screams premium all around. Now, as far as the company or the knife itself, this is part of the O family, which includes OLite and OKnife. This is part of the OKnife. Now, I'm not exactly sure how many different knives that are included, but this particular one is manufactured in China. It is, the OEM is a product or produced by Kaiser, so I'm sure that that's going to be a brand that's familiar to a lot of you guys or gals. Very actually reputable and kind of up and coming, or they've I guess always been up there, but Kaiser's a pretty good, got some good reputations as far as in the knife community. It's got some good offerings. So you can get this particular knife at the OLite store, or you can find it on Amazon. I think I initially had purchased this knife on Amazon for around $85. Right now, I think it's for about $74.95, something to that effect at the OLite store. But so the Zilla, actually, the name and where it comes from and what it means is not in reference of Godzilla. Zilla means chameleon, which is adapting, changing to its environment. This knife is known for all different types of uses, like a chameleon, always changing and adapting. So that's kind of where it got the name Zilla, from the meaning chameleon. So that was something that I had learned as far as the name and where they came up with that for or from. And like I said, the knife itself, just a very overall, as you can see, pretty burly looking, nice. As far as if you're into a little bit of a larger knife, not overbearing, not too, too thick or bulky or heavy, but just feels very capable in the hand. Very capable. So the blade itself, we're looking at a 154 cm stainless steel. So 154 in my book is a very good steel. I know it's one that Kershaw, I think, uses in quite a few of their different knives that they offer. As you can see, I believe right there. And then the OKnife branding, Zilla, and a serial number on the back here. Just nice satin finish, nice and shiny. This is on ball bearings, so it is a smooth flipper. Kind of reminds me a little bit of the Roach as far as the size overall and feel in the hand. It really does, which would make sense if you're familiar with the Roach. The flipper, a little bit of jimping here, but only a couple of areas. So what's good is by flipping this, and if you're kind of looking to fidget with it, it's not going to really wear your finger raw up here at the top. I've been playing with this thing for a few days and it's been fine as far as the flicking action. It's nice and smooth. Drop shutty. It's a flat grind sheep's foot, almost like a harpoon here at the top. How you have the kind of the little dip here, and then the swedge that leads down to the tip of the sheep's foot, kind of like a clip point here. Full flat grind. As you can see, look at how nice and full the belly is on this. Perfect for slicing. So it's a fingerprint magnet right here though too. Just by touching it. So the blade itself, I mean, overall, whether you're piercing, you're slicing, skinning, or yes, for those of you that would ask, this would be able to be very viable for self-defense if need be. With that jimping up here on the top of the blade, it is going to give you some traction. Again, this knife, like a lot of others I've looked at recently, it's not going to be overly aggressive, so it's going to be comfortable with your thumb up on the back. You do have a little bit of a choil down here at the back of the blade. This is going to be more or less for a sharpening choil as opposed to a finger choil. You really can't put your finger in here. I guess you could kind of brace it on the back here, but this really isn't made for a finger. So right here behind where you have the handle and the top, you've got your finger choil that's built in here, kind of the cutout for your index finger to fall into place right here. Feels very good in the hand. The handle itself, this is a G10 handle, contoured, as you can see along here. Nice smooth edges along the back and underneath. And then you have the little areas here that are kind of milled out. I guess this is more or less just the texturing across the handle for grip. So as you can see the texturing here on both sides, it reminds me a lot of the handles on a lot of cold steels. It's got a nice texture to it, so if your hand was wet, you wouldn't really slip on this because you have that texturing on the handle itself, as well as these little areas here towards the back that naturally your hand will go in line with. So you have a really good feel and grip in the hand with this. So whatever your actions could be, you're going to be locked in pretty secure. Your thumb, this could be a little higher in my book, right on the back of here to give you a little bit more of a lip, but it's fine the way it is. Your index finger definitely in this deep area here is going to be locked in. Now, the neat thing also about this particular knife is it's designed with your thumb area here, if you're a right-handed person, to where you can open and close this with one hand. The way that you can see this is just a little bit higher on the left side where you have your liner lock. And that's a nice lockup right here, nice and tight. I mean, this feels very sturdy, just like almost a fixed blade. You don't have any movement in it. And you can tell by looking that this lockup is right on line here with where it should be. And you can take again, if you're right-handed, and push this area right here, and you can drop it down just with one hand. So if you pull it out, you can flip it, do what you need to do, and then you can just use one hand. And it's very simple. And it feels great, the action on it. Those ball bearings, I mean, it's just kind of so smooth and buttery, it drops right down. The blade centering is beautiful, right in the middle there. As you can see, the blade itself, damn near right to the end of the handle. So you've got a great proportion for the length of the blade and then the handle. Extremely sharp. Now the actual steel liners, again, a liner lock. These steel liners do run the whole length of the knife itself, on both sides, all the way around. So where you have this lockup here, this lock bar, it's going to go all the way down, and it fills and continues all the way to the end of your handle. That's very nice because this area isn't just like a separate little piece that's stuck into the handle. It's actually running the full length of your handle on both sides. Now on the inside of here, you can tell by looking, we do have some milled out areas on each side. That's going to help with your weight reduction, along with those G10 handles. Even though it's a large knife, you've got a very usable wide blade here. That's going to help to try to drop some of that weight for you, so that when it's in the pocket, it's not going to feel that heavy. The back here, you've got a couple of standoffs right here that are going to be the only two areas that are going to keep this from being a open construction. Very easy to clean or blow out. Do have a lanyard hole here back towards the back of the knife. So if you're somebody who likes to have a lanyard on your knife, you can definitely use that back here on the back. It's into the knife handle itself, so really by looking at the knife, aesthetically, it's not a big deal. Sometimes knives will have a lanyard hole, but the way it'll be designed, it'll stick way out on the knife and kind of be a little bit of an unsightly look to it. This just flows right into the contouring of the handle. Nice and smooth all the way around. So when you're holding this knife in your hand, you don't have anything that's going to poke you, jab you, stab you. This pocket clip is a nice deep carry clip, takes you all the way to the end of the handle. So again, even though this is a large knife, it's going to drop all the way into your pocket. So you're going to be up to here. So basically you won't see this. It's a little wide in your pocket, but because of the weight reduction on this thing, it's really not going to feel bad at all. You can flip this over to a left-hand carry. It's going to be tip up only, but you can go left or right on this, and it's going to work well with your left hand. It's just a little bit different when you're closing it now, obviously, because you have that ledge that's going to be over on the left side. But very doable for a lefter, or a lefty, I guess, and a right. Like the clip, I never had any problems going in and out of my pocket so far. Didn't feel any type of an awkward grab or any area that it was causing any type of a rift or problem. So yeah, I really enjoy the one-hand design on this. So yeah, with the steel quality, this knife handles, the construction overall on this thing, very happy. Again, the price point, you're around $75. I would recommend this for anybody that's looking for this size of a knife or that enjoys this look, because you're going to be hard pressed to find something this size in a 154 steel with a nice G10 handle and all the little things that this knife will bring you. Let's take a look at the size here. So the blade itself, we're looking at 3.5 cutting area, right at it. And that's right about the same where the top of the handle is. So you're looking at about 3.5. The handle itself is going to be right between 4.75 and 5 inches. That's what we're looking at there on the size. Now the weight on this, .4 ounces. Again, for this size of a knife and what you're getting to have 5.4 ounces on this wide of a blade, and you can see that the stock here, it's nice and thick. You go for a thick down to a little bit more of a thinner point, but don't be misled. This is a nice thick knife. And again, it's going to be easy to maintain, and you've got, even if you flip it around reverse with your thumb up here on the end or the back of the knife, when you put your fingers in here, this is very comfortable to have in your hand. Very comfortable. So overall feel, texture, and use so far with this knife and the OKnife family, the OKnife Zilla. Yeah, I think you can still find these knives all over. Hey guys, remember, let's take care of our vets, take care of our pets, the men and women that gave everything for this country so we can have the freedoms that we have. The little furry guys, the non-furry guys, the little loved ones, that part of our family that's always there for us and always caring and loving us unconditionally. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video on the Zilla. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We've got upcoming giveaways as we keep on romping and tromping and slicing through all the things that are knife related. When we get to 500, which we're just going to keep on moving to that direction, it's going to be a nice giveaway. And more reviews, more content, more special red light carries coming up. And until we meet again, stay sharp, my friends. And I'm out.